Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. This is going to be a class about how to use the new Go Home Hub. And if you need the URL for it, there's a couple ways you can get there. You can go to gohomehub.ai. Gohomehub.ai. Not .com, not .net. .ai. Or you can just go into Novolink and in the My Business section, you can click on, there's a direct link in there. So there you go. And if you have forgotten how to get to Novolink, you can go to Novolink, NOVALYNK.com, or you can go to mykwmike.com and there's a link from there. I got links. I have links to all kinds of things. Either, if you can't find a link somewhere, here's the secret sauce. Go to kwmike.com. That's KW as in KW, Mike as in me, .com as in on the internet. Or Novolink, right? So that's kind of where we stash everything. And remember, just in case I need to explain if you don't know, because those of you on YouTube, that there is a live audience here today. So I'm kind of teaching to both. The Go Home Hub has nothing to do with Keller Williams. I need everyone to hear me loudly and clearly. You cannot find this from Command. You cannot find it from MyKW or KW.com or KW anything. KW has nothing to do with this. This is a Go product. Go only. Okay? So that's why you can get to it from Novolink, right? Novolink is Go's platform. Command is KW's platform. Okay? So once you're at gohomehub.ai, and let me put my old man glasses on, there's two sign-ins. There's one for KW Go agents or for homeowners. Obviously, we're going to use KW Go agents. And I think, you know what, for the time being, I'm going to use my demo account until we get to the mechanics and stuff done, because I do have my own agent account, but I don't just love the idea of my clients' data out there on YouTube for everyone to see. So, yeah. Okay. I have no idea what the upgrade to unlock premium features mean. This is a demo account, so it might be the case. Once you're logged in as an agent, here's what I need you to know first is, if you haven't done this, if you've never logged in, and the first time, you're going to get walked through how to set up your own hub. And that's what you want to start with, right? Create a hub for your own house so that you can be more familiar with it. You know, if you see the value of the product and how it treats you and your own property, it's going to make life a lot easier for you to explain how it benefits other people, okay? And if you try to log in and it won't let you, it could be that you don't have an account set up. I think we've got to everybody, but it may not. If for some reason you don't have a login, I need you to email me at tech@mygonetwork.com. tech@mygonetwork.com. And while we're on the subject of logins, if you are on a team, check with your Rainmaker first, because this is not a teamified product, so to speak. And so it's really up to the Rainmaker. Does the Rainmaker want everybody using their account? Or are they going to let everybody on their team use individual accounts? Okay? It all comes down to whose data. Who owns the data? Whose client is it? Is it the team's client? Is it your client? Are you the Rainmaker? Did you bring the person? There's so many questions there. Okay? I see my camera has died, so I'm just going to turn off picture-in-picture real quick. Okay, so I advise team leaders and teams to just use one account. I just think it's most simple, right? And everybody can kind of share logins. Now, if the time ever comes that this becomes fully teamified, then great. I think that's wonderful. But until then, that's my best advice, okay? So once you're logged in, at the agent dashboard, you're going to see on the left-hand side, you're going to see a few things, right? Your dashboard is going to be here, and let's just go through that real quick. As you scroll down, There's going to be some good stuff in here, like how many homeowners do I have under management? So in my demo account here, I have 8 contacts. I have 8 contacts with properties, but because these aren't real people, they don't actually have hubs. So then what I will probably do is shortly after I show you how all this stuff works, I'll switch over to my personal account and start showing stuff like that, okay? As you scroll down, it's going to show you opportunities. You all will not have to upgrade because you have full accounts with all the opportunities, and you're going to love this stuff. All right, and then homeowner engagement. So I think it's monthly. The Go Home Hub people will automatically send a value piece through email to your clients. They don't go crazy with it. It's really just one thing. But it does have metrics in here, so it'll tell you if people are opening it. It'll tell you if people are clicking on anything, okay? And then so on and so forth. How many people are visiting your hubs, right? How many people are managing it? Like what actual sections within the homeowner hub for each person are they visiting? So do they visit the hub? Do they click the manage home, to save money, or the build wealth? And those are the 3 main, I would say, trunks, right, within the product, is managing their homes. This is going to be things like, you know, when to change furnace filters, how to get service so something breaks and you need a plumber, right? It's a great way to connect people. Save money, and saving money typically has to do with the financial impact of refinancing, okay? And then, of course, building wealth. And this is going to show things like what your value is of your home, like an estimated value, and then how to, like what your equity position is, and some suggestions on what you can do with that equity, okay? So that's the dashboard. The hubs, here you go. I probably don't have any hubs. Yeah, I don't have any hubs, so I picked the wrong thing. In fact, let me just change this here. Let me go over to my personal one here. Sorry, I should have done that.
So Mike, we need to send you an email, tech at something to get
tech@mygonetwork.com. You should already have an email account. You should already have an account in here, though.
Okay.
Everybody in this room has an account.
Then we have to go. I had my email there. It asked me to input password, so that means it doesn't recognize it. So
Okay, so if you've been here for a while, like you,
okay.
your password when we first started this, we migrated. Everybody's password was welcome1 with a capital W. The word welcome, the number 1. If that's still your password, and now that it's got record on the internet for all to see, make sure you change your password if it's welcome1, okay?
All right.
All right. Okay, great. So here we go. Now we're looking at mine. This is my agent account. I need everybody to promise that you're not going to, you know, like, I'm going to try to go real fast over names, and I'm going to try real hard not to give out any personal or any, you know, any actual real data. So bear with me. But here you go. I'm looking at my account. I have 499 contacts, and what I have done is I have imported my contacts from Command. And I have a video that's out there on the Facebook group right now that will walk you through how to do just that, okay? When we're done here, I'll probably go find that and go put that up in the featured section so that it's easy to find. It might already be in the featured section now, I can't remember. But it's there, and it's important that you do, because the next section that I'm going to get to, the opportunities section, it goes off of the contacts that are in, that you have given to it, regardless of whether or not they have set up a hub with you. That's important. In fact, that's really, really cool, okay? So out of my 499 contacts, I've got 409 that it has found properties, right? Either they have an address that came with it, or the system understands, hey, this person's a homeowner. And you'll notice it says see potential matches. So I can click see potential matches, And it's going to, you know what, that's going to give out personal information. But I want you to know about this. See Potential Matches does this. Let's say you bring somebody over or you import a contact from Command and you don't have an address already, okay? What it will do is it will look for that name and it will scrub it against all kinds of data sites, right? Like, you know, Cotality. Cotality is a big plug into this, by the way. So it will go out and find potential address matches, and that's what that 15 potential matches will do, is it will say, hey, Joe Smith, I found a Joe Smith at this address, and is any of these, do you think that's him, right? And you can then select it. So it's really good for that. So if you don't have everyone's address, go put everybody into your Go Home Hub and let it match addresses. That's kind of the easy way, right? And then homeowners under management, as you can see, I think I have 25. These are people that I have actually got hubs set up with. And let me back up one quick second. If you're a Command user and you want a live sync between your Command contacts and your Go Home contacts, you can do that. I think it's $17 or $18 a month, and it's at apination.com, right? apination.com. So anytime, if you go and do that sync, anytime you add or subtract someone from Command, it'll do the same thing in your Go Home Hub. That might be the easy way, especially if you've got, you know, a lot of contacts or you're in a dynamic world. But if you're on the free program like me, just export and import. Okay, so excuse me. All right, so let's scroll down to the next section here. This is going to be the opportunities, and take a look. This is going to get everybody in here really excited. Out of my 499 contacts, it thinks I have 200 likely sellers. I have 10 homeowner hubs that people are actually really engaging with. I have 99 contacts in here that have over 50% of their home. Their home has appreciated over 50% since they bought it. I have 204 contacts out of my 499 that have more than half of their value in home equity now. I have 11 homeowners in here that are listed for sale. Uh-oh. Just when you think you're cool, this is going to humble you. These are the people that it's raising its hand and saying, hey, Mike, guess what? I know you think you're cool. These people didn't use you. Do better.
The thing is, you can click on it and you can see.
You can click on it and you can see, yes.
Wow.
And then as I scroll over, I have 5 that have increasing property taxes. I have 38 that have less than 20% in their home equity. I have 114 that have owned their home for more than 15 years. I have 73 with an interest rate over 5%. I have 9 that have above market mortgages. So if I'm providing a service to my customers and not just being an agent begging for business every time I call them, I could call these 9 people and I could say, hey, Ijaz, Mike Serban with the Go Network here. And, I know it may or may not be time for you to sell your house, but my records indicate that you're paying more for your mortgage rate is higher than the market is right now. Can I connect you with a lender that can refinance you and maybe save you some money? Would you be okay with that? Like, that's awesome. That's really, really good, right? That's showing a lot of integrity. Okay? Likely borrowers. So these are people that it thinks they're about to buy. So even if you don't have people that are home owners, still put them in here. If you have renters, put them in here because it's going to run these analytics. Okay, coming soon, has somebody pulled a building permit? That might be a clue. Homes that are over 40 years old, I've got 73 people in here. Over 4,000 square feet, I've got 51 people. I have no idea what high climate risk means. Larger lots, I've got, I've got 173 people with more than a quarter of an acre. I've got 89 with a pool. I've got 2 luxury homes and so on, okay? And these opportunities are just getting better and better and better. And I know the thing you guys are all wanting to see, right? So I'm going to show you.
Can I stop you really quick?
Can you stop me? Yes, you can stop me. Carrie, stop me. Go ahead. I'm just repeating.
On the importing contacts, and I apologize, I know I came in on the back end of that.
Yes.
My daughter's stranded in the side of the highway. But,
Oh, no.
as
Go
far
fix her.
as-
I'm recording this.
I've already, it's
Okay.
under works. But
Okay.
anyway, the importing contacts from command, do you have to go through that hub thing, or can you just pull directly from command all of your folks?
So the question is about importing and exporting from command, and the answer is yes. You export from command, then you come in here to your homeowner.ai under contacts, which we're going to get to, and then you can just click import.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
There's a video that will walk you through how to do it step by step on our Facebook group.
Okay, I know I walked in on that other.
Yeah, no problem.
Thing, so.
Ask a quick question.
Another question from the audience, yes.
When you import the contact, does that do anything to invite them, or that just strictly puts them in there?
When you import the contact, it just puts them in there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, likely sellers, here we go. Everybody promise.
Likely sellers, okay.
All right, let's see. See how it's got a propensity to sell score? I'll show you this because this will show you just how good this is. Now you have to have an email. If you don't have an email in here, it can't run the metrics. It still sees it, but it won't tell you until you get the email. So Sergio here, right? My boy Sergio. I don't have his email in, but it knows he's thinking of selling. If I put in his email, it'll give me a propensity to sell score. John and Bonnie Serbin, those are my parents. I'm about to put that house on the market. Steph Hill, she just sold that house. We closed last month. Yes, it was in Florida. Yes, that was a referral. Hello. Don't just limit this to your people that are close by. Okay? And so on and so forth. It will,
But you said you just sold that one?
yeah.
So the propensity to sell number.
I haven't changed the address since she moved. Okay? So this one just sold. But this number, that at a 79, there's 3 pieces of business right there that's at a 79 score that I can tell you absolutely are either about to go on the market or have gone on the market and sold. There's a couple of people further north on this that I'm not showing you that have a higher propensity to sell, and one of them just sold. They were like an 89, right? Like this is freakishly accurate, but if you want it to work, here's what you have to do. You have to import your contacts. You have to make sure there's an email, all right? And now what that means is when it comes lead generation time, who am I going to call first? I'm going to call people who it's telling me, hey, this person's looking to sell, right? And I just showed you 11 reasons why I need to get better at it, didn't I? Remember the 11 that were already listed? Mm-hmm.
By the way, that welcome one did not work.
Okay, if you can't get in, email me, tech@mygonetwork.com.
I'll do that.
Okay?
Thank you.
So this propensity to sell, where is that, what's that drawn from?
I'm not going to get into algorithms. It's from, I don't know where it's from.
I know
Equity.
other websites do it based off of the turnover rate in the neighborhood. So if a turnover rate in a neighborhood is 6 years and you've got somebody in there for 6+ years, then that adds to their numbers.
There's all kinds of things, right?
It's like there's all different kinds.
What I
of-
want you to know is that it's to be trusted and it is to be taken seriously because I have empirical evidence that says, yeah, this is actually legitimate, okay? And guess what, guys? How much are you paying for this? You're not paying anything with it.
Time only.
Right. All you got to do, like in 10 minutes, you could have all your stuff in here and be looking at cell scores. How cool is that? It's really cool. Okay, so let's show you what this thing actually does. So I'm going to go to my actual hubs, and I'm going to come down to a hub that I don't mind showing you because it's my house. So this is exactly what a homeowner is going to see. So the first thing you do when you set up your Go Home Hub is you set up your own personal house. Right, so here we are. When I log in, it's going to show me a few things on my dashboard screen, right? It's going to show me the address, and it gives me some options. I can sell my home, I can get a loan, I can meatballs, I can view my home, but look at this. It gives me a value, and it gives me an equity position sitting right there. And as you scroll down, you'll notice, here's your real estate agent, here's your loan officer, if you choose to put the loan officer in there. So here's the thing, your loan officer can get leads through this as well, right? So much of this has to do with financials, and you're going to see why in just a minute, okay? So here we are. So if I go along here, along the top to Manage Home, it's going to give me maintenance that might be coming up based on maintenance schedules that you can set up in here. It can give me some potential upgrades. It can give me the ability to keep track of any repairs that I've made. Okay, and here's some education pieces below. What I really like is this section right here. Find help when you need it. Do I need a plumber? Do I need a lawn person? I can also hit browse categories here, and I can start taking a look, and it's going to show things like real estate services, popular home services, and what it will do is it will find some good stuff. So like, let's say I need roofing and gutters. I typed in roof, and within a 25-mile area of my zip code, and this can be changed, here it is. Here's Jenkins Roofing, already recommended. Correct, Tarrant, Texas Roofing Pros, Watertight. These are all people, these top 4 are all people that are on our vendor wall. This is an advantage. If you know vendors that are considering joining our vendor program, this is an advantage that they have. Every one of our agents running around, every one of their home hubs is going to refer those people.
Is that something that's already set up, or do we need to set
That
up?
is something that is already set up. Now, if you have additional vendors as an agent that are not part of our vendor program, but you still want to recommend them, you can totally do that. I'll show you how to set that up.
And do they show above the other vendors?
Yes, so for example, look, here's these people that are recommended, but if I don't want to use any of those people, I can say view other professionals, and now it's just going to pull literally everybody that's within that range. And look at that, some of these people you even have a request service button, so you can actually click here to reach out to them and say, hey, I need some help. Yes, ma'am, I see a question out in the audience.
Can you put more than one lender in there?
No, you can put one lender in here and one real estate agent in here. Now what you can do is, if I was looking for a lender, can I look for lenders? I'm sure I can. It might be under mortgage. Hang on. Mortgage and lending. Okay, so who are my recommended mortgage people? Here we go. I see a couple people I need to add for our office, and I'll add those people. Okay, there you go. That's how you do it. Now, if you find somebody, I'll get to the agent tools here after we get through this section. Okay, so let's talk about the Save Money tab. The Save Money tab is going to look at your lender. It's going to look at your loan, and it's going to show you your loan details right up here. This is a terrible example because I'm in a 25-year fixed at 2.75. Okay, it's going to show my balance. It's going to show what I paid towards principal and what I paid towards interest so far. I don't like looking at that. But if I have extra money to make, so like let's say I can pay $200 a month extra, I'm going to save $13,000 and I'm going to pay off my loan 2 years faster. But let's say you get somebody that says, hey, I got a raise, Mike, what should I do with it? Oh, you can put $400 extra in your mortgage. You can pay off your loan 4 years faster. You're going to save $23,000 in interest. Okay? So again, this allows you to have financially beneficial conversations with your clients. Instead of calling and saying, hey, who do you know that needs to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Now, I'm not knocking that. That's a great engineered conversation that we've used for years and years and years, but I think that if you can bring value, you should always do that. Here's your current rates, mortgage rates here, refinance rates over here. Hey, what's the rate? Right now it's 6.340. That's today's current rate as an estimate, okay? Good stuff to have in every one of your clients. This is a client, this is no different than what your client sees. So their information is right there. Refinance scenarios. So hey, how many more years do you plan to own 820 Sabine Trail? Well, I might come down because I might be selling in 5 years. Well, you'll notice these numbers all changed, okay, based on rates and terms. Okay, now like I said, I'm a bad example because I'm in a low rate, but let's say I had a 7% mortgage. If I had a 7% mortgage, you'd see a bunch of green numbers here suggesting, hey, this might be this might be a good idea because you can save a lot of money. Okay? So that's your Save Money tab. Your Build Wealth tab, definitely my favorite one. So your Build Wealth tab is going to show you 3 particular values, AVMs. So it's going to show your totality always. It's going to show your Zillow, Zestimate always, and I think it's always Atom data. It shows the date that they were updated, and typically what it does, now mine is not a good example. This was the actual demo for the entire group, so it's a little different. But it will take an average of all 3 of those, and it will make that the value that it shows you here. So what can you do with that?
But that's not the average.
No, that's just my particular account. I overrode that because my square footage is wrong. My square footage is about 600 square feet less on the tax rolls. Yeah. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be selling tomorrow. Anyway, I'm just kidding. That's not the case. I'm just bloviating.
Your phone heard that. Mine did too.
Yeah. I was lying. All right, so here's like, what could you do with that? Here's my suggestion, right? What happens on the first week of April in Tarrant County if you own a home?
Statement.
You get your blue form, right? Yeah, do y'all get phone calls or is it just me? Hey, Tarrant County thinks my house is like worth $900,000 and I just bought it for $20 like last year. What's up? Right? So now you can, if you are, every time you're talking to your customer base, if you are tying them back to their home hub, they'll already know. Hey, Debbie, it's good to talk to you. Happy second quarter. I noticed that your house is worth about $548,000. I'm curious. Did you get your tax form yet? What does it say? Oh, tax form thinks it's worth $420,000. Oh, okay. Well, are you protesting this year? Probably not. No, probably not. Okay, great. Conversation's done. Right? It's just a great way to say, hey, I know this. I know you. I know your property. Let's have a conversation with some real numbers. Right? Let's think about second or third quarter, this time of year. Hey, you're sitting on $386,000 in home equity. You ever thought about buying an investment property? I know your kids are getting up to college age. You stressing out about paying for their college? You got $386,000 sitting in your home equity. Aren't you glad you listened to me 5 years ago and bought that house? Right? Great conversations to have because now you are contributing to somebody's wealth. Right? Are you somebody who sells houses? Or are you somebody who manages people's wealth? I mean, let's be honest. You should be both, right? You should be both. And when you see somebody sitting on that kind of equity right there, you should be having conversations with them like, hey, right now you're building equity in one house. It would cost you hardly anything out of pocket to spread that over a couple more houses. Let's build a portfolio. Let's get some renters in there. Let's build some long-term wealth. You've got the money. I'm looking at it. Right? Yes, ma'am.
Can you put more than one house for each of them?
You certainly
More than
can.
one address?
Absolutely can. Yes. The question was, can you do more than one house per person? Totally. It's each a separate hub, so they would see separate hubs, but yes, it can be done. Okay? One last thing, I love this right here. Want to know your home's true value? Request a home valuation report. Now, if they click on this, it does not try to replace you. It says, hey, we're getting Mike Serban involved. He's going to reach out to you here soon with an actual value and be prepared to take his phone call, blah, 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 blah. It's not going to try to replace you, okay? Super important. Scrolling down, use your home as an investment, right? Like purchasing power. With my equity down, I have enough equity down to buy a $1.9 million new home. I cannot imagine that, but that's what it thinks. I could rent my home and buy another one up to $787,000. I could sell my home and walk. I could buy an investment property up to $537,000. And if you click on it, it tells you why you might consider doing that. Great wealth building conversations. The More tab, home services. I think we already kind of went into the home services. Yeah, this is just an easier view for finding help. Improvements, knowledge center. You can look at your neighborhood. You can actually look at properties nearby, although I don't really talk about that very much, but you can do it. And then my home. So for the uber nerds out there, you can come through here and create an inventory of everything in your house. So like you can say, hey, this is the model number of my washing machine and it's this year, it's this age. My water heaters are this model, this serial number, this manufacturer, and it's this age. And it will start trying to give you like some help. Like, hey, your water heater's 12 years old. You know, the average lifespan of a water heater is like 12 years. You might want to start budgeting for that.
Can you add photos in there?
You can totally add photos in here.
Because that would be a good conversation to have with them to have for insurance purposes.
Yes. So you've got under the My Home, look, you've got this little sub thing here. You've got your inventory. So I can come through here and I can say, you know, systems, utilities, and once I get in there, I can put photos in. The timeline, a timeline is things that you've done, right? I can come look at documents, right? So I and you as the agent can also store documents. So for example, here's my appraisal, here's my survey, and here's my CD when we did our refi. It's sitting there.
Crap.
So I've now got my survey. So when it comes time to sell the property, I know I don't have to go looking for my survey. It's sitting right here. I can preview it. I can download it. I can do whatever I want. It's sitting right there. Boom, ready to go. So when you sell a home, like when you're working with a buyer, make sure you set this up, right? What do you get after closing? You get that huge binder. Well, most of the time, most title companies are now giving everybody a little thumb drive, right? Hey, title company, hook me up with one of those thumb drives so I can stick them all in their home hub for them, right? So one more piece of value. There's so much value, this is all centralized. Can you guys see that?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So let's do this. Let's go back.
that's awesome.
We're going to go back to the agent dashboard now. Okay. Opportunities we already kind of looked at. That was through that little splash screen. You know, that's going to be your sell score and all your predictive analytics. Your contacts. So again, I'm going to go real fast because this is my data, right? But just click on import and there you go. Landing pages. Okay, landing pages are awesome. You can make bunches of landing pages, although I'm not sure you need to. You won't have this many because you're not in every place like I am. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to probably have one. And when you go to that, it's going to show you things like this. Your logo, if you want to put it in there. So those of you that are on a team, right? Your MLS feed, which again, I'm not even worried about the MLS feed. In fact, I think that might even be deprecated. I don't even know that that's a thing. It's not of any value. Your legal links, I would put your legal links in here, right? Everybody can see that, just like you do on everything else. What's most important is this URL. So if I copy this URL, or better yet, I'm just going to launch it here. This is what my landing page looks like. And all you have to do is type in your home address and finish filling that out. And you're going to set up your own hub with me as your agent. Just that simple. Anybody door knock? No door knockers?
No.
Anybody farm their own?
Yeah.
You farm your neighborhood. Your whole family owns your neighborhood, right?
The home you tried to sell it, remember, a few years ago?
I succeeded in selling it, actually.
But somebody else tried to sell it last year.
Yeah, the team leader couldn't sell it, but I could. My point is this. If you have that URL, whatever your URL is, run it through a QR code generator. Put it on a door hanger. Hey, I'm your neighbor. I'd love to give you my home hub. Scan here, fill this out. Walk around with that QR code on your phone. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Jaws. What's it called? Sunset Valley? Sunset Hills? I specialize in Sunset Hills. In fact, I'm your neighbor. Because I'm your neighbor, I want you to have one of my home hubs. It's going to show you your home's value. It's going to show you your equity position. It's going to help you keep track of any documents, any maintenance stuff that you need. And as an added bonus, all of the home repair people that I know as a realtor. So if you ever need a plumber, an electrician, or a loan officer, or a title company, or a roofer, they're in there. It's all there. When you get your tax form, you'll know how much your house is worth. You don't have to go get on Zillow and get sold to every agent who's trying to buy your data. Sound good? Scan the QR code. Great. Next thing you know, it drops up in here. Now, if you're like me and you're thinking, well, how can I take this big? I could make a smart plan with an email that goes out and says, hey, I've got this amazing new technology. Here's what it does, blah, 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 blah. Click here to get your own. Email it out. Boom. Okay? Lots of ways you could use it. Lots and lots of ways you can use it. But that landing page is seriously, seriously easy. Because if they do this like a random stranger, you don't know them at all, puts their information in there, you get all their information. They puts their phone number, and put their email address, their home address, and then you can start calling them. Hey, thanks for signing up. What do you think of the Home Hub? Right? Whatever sounds like you. What can y'all do with that landing page? Do you see that's the biggest easy button I could give you. Right? No going and importing contacts. You don't have to go set anybody up manually. Just here, scan and go, baby. Right? I love that. Okay.
Where was the page that had all of that legal page? Is that?
When you go to landing pages here, you're going to have, once you click on landing pages, you're going to have one thing in the middle, click on that, and this is where it'll take you.
Really get started.
Nice logo there.
Thank you.
With a deep meaning.
Only took 7 years. All right, service providers. This is on the agent dashboard. So those of you that want to put your own people in, here's how you do it. Click on service providers. And remember, you're going to have a zip code and a miles. You might want to turn that off or expand that further out, okay, by using location. And as I scroll down, I can see everybody that I have recommended, okay? You will not have me or my org. You'll only have recommended yes or no. Okay? So here you go. If you find somebody that's not in here, so somebody give me an example of, somebody give me a person. I know one. What's your guy called? Davidson Law Firm?
Davidson Law Group.
So it's not finding them, right? Come over here and say add service provider, and it's going to give you a choice, add one or many. It's always going to be one. What type of service is provided? Please select. They may not have legal. Legal may not be a thing.
When we first had Milestones, they didn't have a place to put
Yeah.
legal in there.
So say real estate services, whatever. Say next.
It may be under a state.
And then what you're going to do after you get to the category, this is what stumps people, a company or a person. Here's the difference. If you want people to reach out to Supreme Lending, just anyone at Supreme Lending's fine, a company. If you want them to reach out to Jason Rasmussen at Supreme Lending, a person. Even if you click a person, it's still going to want a company name, right? So that's the difference. And then you have to have an email and a phone number, fill out the information. And what'll happen is the Home Hub folks will go out and just make sure that's a legitimate company, and then they'll add them. It's usually like a 24-hour turnaround, and there you go. Once it's added, hit recommended, and now they'll go recommend it out to every single person. So you can set all that up. So that was one of the first things I want everyone to do is homework after you get your Home Hubs set up is go and make sure that your service providers that you want to use are in there, okay? Because this is value, direct value going out to all your clients. Okay? Questions about that part? No?
Our vendors will be,
Our vendor wall is in there.
his element's not in here.
Well, it might be that, oh yes, okay, moving is not available. Moving, I know it, I hate to say it, but moving is not a concept in here.
Even though they have a movers category, but they just haven't.
Yes, because this company at the moment is a moving company also. So there's that. Moving is
There are some.
not a
It's
thing.
not on,
Yeah.
not on.
That's right. Moving is not a thing. You have to do that separately with them. Okay. And neither is legal services. Although, look, there's some, so what is this? What do they call this? They call this real estate attorneys. Okay, so I guess there is real estate attorneys available. Okay?
It seems like you have to play with the words a little bit, because when
Yeah.
you did lending,
Yeah.
lending was there, but you had to do mortgage and lending for it to pop up.
Correct. All right, you guys won't have that. Help Center, if you need help, click the Help Center. And then your profile. When you click your profile, this is also going to be your homework. Go make sure you've got your headshot in there. Make sure you got your license and stuff in there. Go ahead and, you got the right phone numbers and all that stuff in here. Just click Edit Profile, and it's like anything. Y'all don't need me to help you with this, I know for sure. Okay? There you go. Also, notifications. So, if you get a message notification, you should probably turn that on. System emails, product tips and tricks, like you can put all that stuff on. Do you want it to notify you for this, that, and the other? Okay? And that's pretty much it. What questions do you have? Carrie Haskins has a question.
So, on the import thing,
On the import.
if I click on import, it immediately does the AIP Nation thing. So if I do, and forgive me, because
Here, let me.
whenever I'm exporting, importing, I always get really,
I'm gonna switch over to my other account for this part. Hang on. Let me show you. I'll walk you through it.
okay, thank you, sir.
One last time, what's the email? His email address, tech@go?
I'm sorry,
Tech@go, his email.
tech at,
All right, so I'm going to click Import Contacts, and I can either use API Nation, or I can just say Upload Contacts from a spreadsheet, select File. That's what you would do. Select File, and then pick whatever came out of Command. There's one thing you have to do first, though. When you export from Command, and I don't know about all CRMs, so I fully understand not everybody's going to be using Command, but Command gives you two headers, right? It gives you something on the top, and then it gives you name, first name, last name, email, blah, 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 blah. You need to delete the top row and then save it and then import it. Because see, this is expecting to see one header row. It's not expecting two header rows. So if you're coming out of command, you want to delete the top row so you only have the one header row that has all the name, email, phone, blah, 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 and then it'll work just fine.
Do you have to map it?
You do have to map it. It's super easy. Super easy.
What does map it mean?
Well, it'll say like, you know,
Like you have to.
name on your name here equals name on this side, right? And it will pre-map most of it.
Okay, I understand.
Just go through and set it up. It's really simple. Okay, really simple. If you need help, there's a video about that.
So once you do your import and you have everybody in there,
Mhm.
what happens to the contacts if you're not integrated with the two? We have to keep up with who we add?
So once you've put your contacts in place, so let's do that. So here we go. I'm going to look at my contacts, okay? So here's my contacts, right? So none of these people have hubs already set up. I can come over here and click invite to hub, boom. And then that's when it will send them an email. Hey, Teresa Bethke has invited you to a homeowner hub. Click here to accept, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So that's kind of step 2.
Can you do a mass invite?
No.
Not
No.
through this, but
Just go clickety, clickety, click. Yeah.
And do we have access to what that invitation looks like? Can we see it?
then when you're
Before we click that. So, let me back up a second. My original question is, so you have all these people, but now I'm gonna, let's say I've got a new buyer, John Adams or whatever, and I put him in command.
Okay.
I then have to go and put him into the home hub, right? Like, what's the best practice for?
Well, let's test this out.
contacts from-
Let's test this out. Let's edit. Oh, come on. Teresa, what's your email?
Teresa Bethke at KW.
Oh, come on. All right. So what I've done is I've verified the address, and I'm going to say, it's already put this stuff in. Yes, it thinks your name is Michael Bolton, and that's okay. And I just said homeowner, and I'm going to say next. By the way, this is where you put your loan officer in. Yes, I put all of my fake people in here as characters from Office Space. There you go. So what it does is it sets the hub up automatically, okay, based on what it thinks, and it automatically goes and puts you in place, right? I know this isn't your actual address,
So with the
but you'll get an email. You should be getting an email shortly, so if you wanted to see what that email looked
With
like.
the invitation, when you invite to hub, it sets the hub up,
Yes,
and it's going to, once they.
that's correct. So if I go back to contacts, it's got a homeowner, one pending invitation. And then when they join, it'll say it over here. So if you guys want to add people, so when you're in under home owned, when you're in somebody's hub, let's go here. So when I go to this hub, So like, let's say for example, I invited Carrie Haskins and she's joined this hub, right? I can come through here. I can add my loan officer here if I had a loan officer. I can click add one now. And that's going to bring this up. And it allows you to, right, put your person in place. Additionally, if you're in your hub and you go to, I think it's more, my home, it's been a while since I've done this, so we're learning together. Okay. Maybe it's here. When you're in your hub and you want to add like Scott Haskins to it, I come up here to settings and I say hub members and I say invite members, and there you go. You can start adding people.
So you can put a couple.
I could put, yeah, that way. You want that, right? You want everybody to have access to that hub, for sure.
So can you do that as the agent, or can they do that as either way?
Both.
Okay, cool.
You can do it as agent, and you should, and you can do it as a homeowner. Yeah, either one.
That'd be good for y'all to put like their children that are taking care of them and stuff so that they can see some of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Caretakers,
Just because
heirs.
somebody like myself who's now taking care of multiple homes,
Yeah, that's great.
you know. they can
That
take
is
care of them.
fantastic. By the way, if you have a home, I hope this never happens, but let's say you decide to leave real estate. Let's be honest. We are seeing people do that, okay? If you decide to leave real estate, you can actually move all your hubs to another agent. I can help you with that. You don't have to abandon all the hubs.
For a price.
Darn right, for a price. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
What kind of information can we see on the agent dashboard that, what kind of activity can we see that the homeowner might be doing?
So what you can see is, and I'll go back to, did I click that right? Let me go back to my actual account here. So when you are in your home hub, agent dashboard, and you scroll all the way down, so you'll see homeowner engagement. This is when it starts showing metrics. Right, so over the past 90 days, it's sent 119 emails, 78 views, 13 clicks, 1 undeliverable, 1 unsubscribe. Who did that? Sitar. Oh, okay, that's all right. I need to call him.
Jerk.
He's such a good guy. He didn't mean to do that.
He just doesn't want junkie.
It's not junk, but I should have done a better job of explaining the value. If you get an unsubscribe, that's because you didn't explain the value to people, and that happens. Plus, he might have changed his email address. I wouldn't be surprised. He's an interesting guy. So out of the last 90 days, right, I've had 21 home visits, 6 people have viewed managed homes, 8 built wealth, 3 saved money, 8 went to my home, blah, blah, blah. And then it'll start showing you who was it. So there you go. I can see who's been viewing it by scrolling down, okay?
Did you have people on HomeBot?
No, I did not.
Okay, or any other program?
I did not put anybody on HomeBot. I've only ever had them here,
Okay.
okay? HomeBot is a competing product for those who don't know. Here's my thing about HomeBot. First off, it costs somebody money. Is that you or is it your lender? Well, if it's you, why? If it's your lender, do you only refer business to one lender? Would it be right to let the lender that's paying for your HomeBot pay for a HomeBot account for a client who didn't use them? I feel like no. And does HomeBot have predictive analytics?
Yes. But
Not like that, I guarantee you.
they're really good.
Yeah, but it ain't as good as Cotality. I'll put every dollar I got on that, which isn't a lot right now. It's Christmas time.
But this is cleaner looking. The format is much better.
I'm told that it won't be too long before, and a client, a homeowner that you have here under management in this, that has a cell phone that's registered to them, that's walking in and out of open houses, it's going to tell you.
With
So
the geofencing type, yeah.
I don't know how. I just know that's been told. So
Okay, so I got the email, I didn't get an email, but I have an invitation that popped up on my, because I was logged in as an agent,
okay,
using the same whatever, so I have for Cedar Mountain Pass, and it says your role as a homeowner, do you accept? And then the next, invited 5 minutes ago by Tony. I don't have an email.
well, it might take some time.
Okay.
Just don't accept that yet. Just wait. And yes, my fake agent is Tony Fugazi.
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 The,
Last question, and then we're going to wrap up because I want to respect your hour.
okay, the new laws that we have where we can't contact people, and put them on stuff or whatever, does this fall in that at all, in that category? Or, I mean, obviously I wanna talk to all my people that, hey, I want to invite you to this, but is there,
It's a check, there's a checkbox on the invitation.
is there something
You have to check it, and it says that you,
that you've actually contacted
it
them?
says
So-
that you have a prior,
But even with the relationship, it's like a 2-year, like if you haven't contacted them in 2 years, then you're not allowed to contact them moving forward.
Okay, so the question has to do with these new laws involving do not call lists and telemarketers and stuff like that. Here's what I'm going to tell you. First thing is, I don't know what to make of all that yet. There you go. Regardless, I'm never going to ask you to call somebody that you don't know. Okay, so there's that. The second thing is, think about the best times when you can introduce this as a product, right? When you're closing, when you're within that 12 months, absolutely. Without a doubt, like if you close any buyers in 2025, call every one of them. Hey, I know you closed in your house in January, but I've got a brand new piece of technology. No, it's not brand new, okay? But they don't know that. I've got a brand new piece of technology here. It's a virtual home hub, and I'd like to give you access to it, right? Moreover, does anybody know my golden rule with customer contact and smart plans? Does anybody know what it is?
Are we supposed to?
I hope so. Because I tell every one of your new agents this. Never, ever, ever text or send an email or anything to anyone until you've talked to them about it or had a voice-to-voice or face-to-face type of conversation. And you've built value in it. The worst thing you can do is what everybody asks me all the time. Hey, Mike, I need a 36 touch. Where do I find one? I just want to hit click and go, and it just does all my lead gen for me. Admit it, you've all asked me for it. Everybody in here has asked me for it. I love you guys, but that's not going to work. And we all know it's not going to work, okay? So you've got to have conversations and build value in what you are going to send them so that they're ready for it and they're engaged with it, right? Your engagement numbers should be out of this world if you do it that way. You won't have unsubscribes. Unsubscribes piss me off because it shows me where I have screwed up. It says, hey, Mike, you did a crap job of talking about the value in this product. Whatever that product is, whether it's the Go Home Hub or whether it's an event you're holding or does anybody do pies, like Thanksgiving pies? I know that's kind of a popular thing.
Yeah,
Do you expect people just to show up or are you calling them?
we have to call them.
You got to call them. You got to talk to them. Now, if you have regular text conversations with them, sure, then you can text them. But don't just text people out of the blue with something they're not expecting. It's just not going to go well for you, okay? So I think that if you are doing it like that, I don't think you're going to have to worry much about the do not call list. And here's something else. There's no such thing as a do not knock list, right? Raise your hand if you live in a neighborhood. Ijaz, I see your hand up, okay? Raise your hand if you would like to sell every house in your neighborhood. Okay? Now, I can tell you this. If I sold every house in my neighborhood, I would never leave my neighborhood. I promise you. Somebody be like, hey, Mike, I got a house over here in Highland Park. Will you sell it? Nope, it's not in my neighborhood. I'll refer it. Like, that's how you know when you're winning, right? Like, hey, I'll meet you at this house at this time because it's just down the street. I'm going to walk there. I'm going to get my steps in, right? Like, that's amazing, right? So I would say come up with a really good engineered conversation to have with your neighbors first about this. And then make it easy for them. And I say this, if you're going to have face-to-face conversations, you got to have a QR code. Because what you can't tell them is it's really easy. Just go to gohomehub.ai/Carrie Haskins/landing page 1/ it's never going to happen. Hey, here's a QR code, hit this. Or here's a flyer. Just when you have time, use the QR code, sign up. It's really easy. Like, that is going to make it easy. Shorten URLs too, but you know, even those are like, oh, tim.y.cc. You know,
Get a, like mikeshomes.com.
you could do like a custom domain, but that costs money. So I mean, I'm on the free plan, right? That's what I believe is the free plan. So that's where QR code comes in handy. And now that we've got everybody in here has a free pro version of Canva. Canva's got a built-in a QR code app. It's super easy. All the KW door hanger things, you can just use those and go move over these. You know, by the way, if you need the artwork for this, it's in Novalink. So if you want that Home Hub logo and the Lone Star logos and all that stuff, it's all in Novalink in the My Business section. Okay, it's all there. So there you go. Any more questions? 12:06, so we're about to get into your time.
I have one, I'm not sure one.
Oh, okay.
Did you say something?
I've got
In
coaching.
the Tommy's class, they said that we could use this as like a secure portal to send documents to our clients.
To Go Home Hub?
Yeah, that actually suggested that you could sign up your current clients and then you could send them documents through the Home Hub.
Or download them into their file.
You could download them into that. You could, like that My Home section, there was the documents you upload them into that.
Okay, so we can put them into their hub.
Right.
Okay.
You can put them into their hub.
Okay.
It's a great motivator to kind of create a hub for them and get them using it.
Right.
Hey, I'm always gonna put them in this portal,
Right.
so anytime, like, you don't have to search all your emails, they're always gonna be here.
So here's what I would like everyone to think about, and y'all can mastermind around this. You know, I think it's a great idea. I gave you a couple of use cases about how I would use it. You're right. I have a springtime conversation about their home value. I have a fall conversation about their home equity position, right? Because I'm talking real numbers about them to them, which is what they care about, right? I think, so that's, what does Gary say? Shh, 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 guys. So we're supposed to have 4 conversations every year with our clients, correct? Isn't that what Gary says? Quarterly calls? Well, there's 2 of your touches right there. Circle them back to this Home Hub. So now what do you have left? Is there a third touch you can use? Maybe. You know, maybe it's, hey, I noticed it's time to clean your air filters. And I can't get past Jason Abrams talking about cleaning his gutters, right? So I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And that would be something Holly would make me do. So I definitely don't want to be the guy saying, hey, it's time to clean your gutters out. No, my God. But maybe there's something else that we can use to tie them back to this with, right? Like this is, hey, I noticed in your Home Hub this, right?
Is there a Go marketing piece for this with some bullet points on it?
Is there a Go marketing piece? If not, I'm sure there will be soon, but that would be in Novalink under My Business, under marketing. Yeah. I do have an old smart plan in there that I suppose I could fix and modernize with the new logos and stuff. Would y'all be interested in a smart plan for that? Basically, the smart plan is, if I remember right, I took that landing page link, which is what you would all have to do. You'd have to download a smart plan, go into the design, and put your link into that button, right? So it's a little technical. But essentially what it was, hey, I'm testing this new platform. This is what it does, blah, 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 blah. Would you like to participate? And then when they click yes, it takes them to their home hub. And there it goes, right? I could totally revamp that. That's probably a good idea. But I still think you need to have conversations with people.
And this was homeowner AI.
We used to call it homeowner.ai, yes. It still is homeowner.ai. We just have a white label version of it, right? That's what's happened.
So people outside of Go Network are using.
Totally. They're paying a lot of money for it, though.
Yeah,
You're not.
is Go's paying for it.
Correct. That's correct.
Can those landing pages be embedded into, like, to put on our commands?
Oh, sure. You could totally do that. Yeah, that's a great idea. Embed that into your command website. You know, the command websites are a whole lot more powerful than they used to be. And in fact, I was just helping an agent with this at DPR yesterday over Zoom. He was like, hey, how do I do that home valuation page? Well, the command home valuation page is there, but it's not automatically enabled by default. And you used to have to go into expert mode and you had to like kind of custom build it like module by module. But now you can go into edit website, add page, and it's a selection. You just click, click, publish, done. Like it's same thing, mortgage calculator. It's super cool. There's a lot of, in that expert mode, there's a lot of functionality there. I don't really teach it because I just don't think agents, I think if you're lead generating your 3 hours a day and you still have time to do that, I'll help you. Other than that, I don't care what your website looks like. Hit the phones. You need to be, getting actual active lead generation happening. There you go.
There's lots of great tutorials out there, too.
There are some tutorials. Yeah, Scott Leroy has some stuff on it. There's some people out there that have some tutorials. Every once in a while, I'll do a class on it if you want. But it can be technical, okay? So typically, it takes about 30 seconds, and then I'm 3 steps ahead of the entire class. It just doesn't go that well, okay? All right, everybody, I'm going to end off the live stream here. Thanks for coming. Tomorrow we have what do we have? Who do we have tomorrow? We have the LEC class tomorrow. Make sure you come to that, and make sure you are going to our calendar and RSVPing when